Hey everyone, I just had a great example of why you might want to learn hypnotic storytelling and hypnotic language patterns, if you will, how to use waking hypnosis, how to combine the two, and why it's so effective. I was working with someone and we were talking, and I knew what they needed to do was change the way they viewed their past, right? How do you change the way you view your past? There's a lot of NLP techniques. Some people say you could do a regression, you could do all kinds of stuff. But what was kind of interesting, as we were talking, I decided to do what we do because naturally we want to do the easiest possible thing we can do to help the person make the change. And sometimes, if you can do easily and effortlessly the things you need to do to help the person in the moment without formally going into trance, without saying, take a deep breath and close your eyes. And in fact, we had to do it that way because when this person was talking to me, they weren't able to sit back and relax totally. They were in a place where they really couldn't do that. They didn't want to reschedule the session, so we were talking, and I decided to do something else and then send them a recording that they could do later on. So if that's the issue, as you look to the future, if you realize you want to change who you are today and who you are in the future, sometimes has to do with the past, but not as much as people think. So as we started talking, I said, have you ever noticed that many of people are told that, your past controls your future? That, the things that happened in your past control your future. And because it's controlling your now, which controls your future. But what if the opposite is true? What if actually your present is controlling your past? What if you have something happen in the present moment that changes how you view the past, which opens up your future in a much different way? And maybe you've had that experience, but you're not aware of it. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen the movie The Sixth Sense? And he goes, oh, yeah, he really liked the movie. It's been a while, but he really liked the movie. I said, well, great, I like the movie too. But do you remember that you watched the whole movie? And if you remember the first time you saw it, right, before the big reveal, so you're watching the movie, it was kind of sad. There's this psychologist, kind of interesting, talking to a personal coach, since 80% of my clients are coaches, NLPers, and hypnotists, that, he's trying to help this kid. And it just seemed kind of sad. So you saw some of the events in his life, the interaction with the kid, the interaction with his family, some of this stuff. And it was just kind of a bleak, dark, kind of sad movie. And yet, the moment when you found out the big reveal, when the wedding ring dropped and you realized he was dead, the therapist was dead. And actually, it reframed everything that went on in the movie before that. And then they showed clips, which is basically how your brain works. He had there was a moment of realization when you were watching it. You went, he's dead. And then it showed the clips. This is what happened in your mind. You get past images from your mind. And, it showed like there was a scene in the movie where he's having dinner with his wife. It seems kind of sad and they're not really talking and they're kind of like grieving. And it's just, and you think she's getting ready to dump him. It's really kind of sad. She's playing with her wedding ring. It's a gut-wrenching thing. But then when you realize that he's not there, they had a plate set for him, right? It was their anniversary. She was there grieving. It changed the whole, how you saw that past, which changed the present, which realized it's going to change the future. And his future is he needed to go on, to the light or whatever you want to think he needed to go to. But it was, we've all had those experiences where your present moment shifts how you look at the past. It could be something drastic. It could be something minor. Of course, as you mature and you get more experience, it makes you look at your past much differently. But it could be something very simple. And in fact, many people, one of the things I help a lot of people with is addictions. I said, once they come to the realization that, behavior that they think of when they look back in their past, they was partying, when you realize what the alcohol and the drugs and that lifestyle was doing to you, you begin to think of it much differently than partying. It was actually kind of sad, that you were wasting money, wasting time, doing some other things that you could have been spending your time and effort and money on that you didn't, yada, yada, yada. And so those moments that we have those shifts, that one's happened to me, right? And it shifted how I, when my past, when I was in the present and I looked at my past, and it shifted how I was looking at my past. It opened up my future to be a person that doesn't drink for any reason. There's nothing in my drink, there's nothing in my life that a drink will make better. There's no pain that it will take away, so there's really no reason to drink, right? And all those false ideas of, fellowship and friendship and bonding and that kind of fell by the wayside. In fact, looking to my past, that's the way I was raised. How do you have a good time without drinking? Don't trust a man that doesn't drink. All of those old beliefs fell away in an instant when I got an insight, which freed up my future. So my past was able to change easily and effortlessly. Now, I'm not sure, I went on talking to this client, that if you're ready to look at those things in your past, that's stopping you from making those changes today, right? And once you're ready to do that, it's going to change in an instant. And then all the things we do after that, the hypnosis, maybe some NLP techniques, will just double down and make it even more effective for you. So maybe that's why you want to take a waking hypnosis naturally and easily, because you know what? People want us to encourage their dreams, right? But many times all people do to other people is justify their failures or confirm their suspicions. You can't get where you want, there's limited opportunity. We're going into a recession. Whatever it is, you weren't born at the right time with the right family connections, yada, yada, yada. But if you know how to encourage their dreams by reframing their past in a present moment in a story form, because stories work. And if you do that and you do it in a waking hypnosis state, you begin to move toward your future and just let go of the past, because it really is nothing more than a memory bank that changes as you change. So have some fun with that. And if you'd like to take these courses, just reach out and we'll see you soon. Have a great day.